Good evening, everybody. This is Miss Shirley, OG Gardner Zone 6B. If you're watching the replay, please hit that like button so that you can show me that you like me just a little bit. And also hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified of any new videos that I might upload. I'm not going to be on here long tonight because I know this is a national holiday and a lot of people have company. They're watching football games or they just plain chilling. I do. Hello, my Renaissance grandma. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good day today. There you go, Mike Chaotic. Mike. How are you, Mike? Thank you for coming in this evening. Mike, have you been cooking all day or for the last couple of days? I know you always throwing down in the kitchen. Hey, Wanda. Thank you for coming in this evening. I'm not going to be on here for the full 2 hours. I'll probably just stay for an hour because I know, like I say, it's a long day for some people, and they still got a house full of company. And I see a lot of people didn't have lives today because they were busy, and I understand it. Yes, indeed, I do. Mike, what's your temperature there? Temps are dropping here. It's been raining on and off. It's the high today. They said 40, but it only ended up being 37. And it's supposed to drop down to 32 or maybe even a little bit more. We're supposed to be getting a piece of that snowstorm that's coming in. Uh, the temperatures are probably once they drop a little cooler, the snow will come in. They said they expect maybe 2 to 4 feet of snow. Okay. All right. I understand. Hey, Cece. Hey, Backyard Garden. Flo. Thank you so much. Fool and watching from the bed. I hear you, Cece. Yes, indeed. I was enjoying your video. Cece, the way you rearranged your garden, it looks nice. And those beds was popping, boy. Them greens, boy, they just didn't want to quit. Let them greens keep going. Leave them greens in there and let them keep growing. I told you, you said your freezer's full and you've been helping out everybody else since FedEx me some greens overnight, girl. I ain't mad. Mike said the high was 21 and snowing. Yeah, they said that storm's supposed to hit us later on tonight. Yeah, it's cold here. Cold, wet, and dark. The sun didn't shine at all today. It's been gloomy all day. Yep, I was out doing some visiting with some friends and stuff. And by the time I got home, I was trying to keep from dozing off and having a nap because I was like, I came home and I ate. You know how what happens when you eat, you just ready to lay down and just relax. Yeah, I know my granddaughter today is her first big family dinner at her house. This is the first holiday really at her house. Her and her husband bought a new house, so I know they enjoying it. You just I wish I could. I know. I understand, Cece. I know if you would, you could. If you could, you would. And I appreciate the thought, but your garden looks fantastic. I really enjoy watching your videos. Yes, I do. Um, who else I was watching there? Oh, I was watching Odom cutting down all those trimming them fig trees, and he got plenty of fig cuttings to send out. Everybody hand pink and waving. Yeah, you really enjoy. Guys, this weekend I leave for a cruise. So I don't know if I'm gonna have my live next Thursday. It's according on what port I'm in. If they got Wi-Fi, I'm not gonna be doing that much on the ship. Uh, I'm gonna be enjoying my time where it's warm. Yeah, I'm hitting. Where am I going? The Bahamas and Jamaica. Originally, the itinerary was for St. Martin and San Juan, Puerto Rico, but that hurricane that came through there, it tore up the ports, and so now the ships can't dock. So they changed our itinerary. So this ought to be interesting. Hey, Broke, how are you? Broke, I saw your little short on your food. Hey, G Mama grows hard in the garden. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Yep. Everybody saying hello to one another. Appreciate it. Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I will. I'll try to and just relax. Put pics on a community page. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I'm planning on doing that. Yeah. And my granddaughter said, "Well, send the pics to me first before you send them to them." I was like, "Oh my goodness. All right, sweetheart. Keep them bones for yes. Who you telling? Woo. Tell me about it. You see, I got a nice heavy turtleneck sweat. Well, yeah, cow neck sweater. Yeah. Gotta stay warm. Gotta keep these old bones warm. I told myself I feel like the Tin Man. I need to walk around with a oil can going getting stuck. Okay. Uh, y'all, how do y'all like my hair? I cut it all down and put a little curl activator in it and slicked it down. I was like, I don't need hair. I got hats. I got wigs. Because my girlfriend said, "Girl, how you gonna keep that little beanie head warm?" I said, HATS. And she started to look at me. I said, "Girl, I know you know how to spell." Because going through menopause and night sweats and whatever, don't need the hair. No big deal. Who forgot to hit that like button? Thank you. Hey, Joshua, how are you, sweetie? Thank you for stopping in this evening. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Cece. Cece, you got naturally curly hair. I love your hair. Thanks, my. Ooh, thank you, G Mama. It's nice and easy. You know, when you take a shower, you can shower from head to toe real quick. I throw that shampoo in, wash my face, rinse it out, throw some conditioner in. Then when I rinse from head to toe, I'm stepping out and I'm good to go. How they say, wash and go. I got it to go. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then don't let me put a little makeup on, eyeshadow and maybe some lashes and the fancy earrings. I think I'm a little bit cute when I get it all done and put together. Because when I looked in the mirror today, I said something missing. I was like, my lipstick. Hey, Deborah Garrett, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Yep, I do. I said, I got to have that pop of color somewhere. One day I went to work and one of the nurses said, "You're naked." I said, "Naked? Naked? Yes." Oh, okay. She knew I didn't have lipstick because I wear lipstick every day. Every day. I can't leave without lipstick. I do feel without earrings and lipstick, I'm naked for sure. Okay, we got a nice little crowd in here. Guys, what do you think of the question of the day? Do you think the future generations will continue the gardening that we're doing now? Sure, you take a big hit on your cruise, protect your head. Oh yeah, I got a couple of foldable ones, and I got some visors and all kinds of good stuff. Oh yeah, I just remember to pop in my tube of suntan lotion. Oh yeah, I I'm ready. Good evening, everybody. Please hit that like button and show you that you like her. I like. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. What do you think about our future generations? Are they going to continue gardening? I know I learned gardening from my grandmother. I didn't learn it from my mom. I didn't learn it from my dad. I learned it from my grandmother. My mom did have a garden of her own when she got her own house, but she didn't dedicate herself in the garden like grandma did. And so, uh, Brooke said, definitely more kids are moving off grid. Yeah. A lot of these kids are into IT, and I think the only reason they're into the food now is because we grow it in preppy form. If people want real food, they will have to. Yeah, Renaissance grounds. I don't think they'll have a choice. Yeah, if they want to eat. Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm teaching my next generation. Yeah, and when my great grandbaby get old enough to sit into the garden, she's gonna be right in there. I'm gonna show her how to poke a hole and drop a seed. Yeah, but see, that's just a handful of us that's in here talking about uh, our next generation and our kids and our grandkids for the overall expense of the children that's out here now. How many parents and grandparents are actually teaching them about how to grow their own food? Because the majority, and I hate to say it, of the young people I know, they got DoorDash and some of these ready to go places on speed dial. When they come home and if dinner's not cooked and they can't find anything that satisfies their taste buds, it's somebody ringing the doorbell or dropping off a delivery. They come and running down the stairs and open up the door because their package sitting outside. G Mama said, hopefully some people, some young people will get the urge to grow. Hey, Happy Mac, thank you very much. I know they will. Attitudes are shifting to the better about gardening. Right, but how many, Happy Mac? I mean, you got billions of people on the earth. How many of those billion will actually do that? I can see them getting into hydroponics and the cracky method more so than planting in the ground outside because of the technology that might enthuse them about, growing inside under grow lights. But going outside and getting their hands dirty and digging and not scared of worms or bugs or not freaking out about stuff that eats, certain stuff in the garden. Do you really think these kids is ready for that? With all these recalls and prices going up, hope they will. True that. But how many of them listen to the recalls like we do? We have a lot of people in our community that's adamant about making sure we get the information about these recalls. How much, how many of the young people actually hear about these recalls and care? Mike said they get a box, scan code, put it in a machine to cook, zero thought of cooking or what's in it. Exactly. And we have the biggest percentage of obese people in the world here in the United States because of all the chemicals and additives in these processed foods and hormones that they shoot in the meats and what have you. Got these young girls maturing a lot quicker, and the boys too. They're growing mustaches and beards at 9 and 10 years old. So it just kind of scares me in regards to how these kids, what their future is going to be like. You know, like my granddaughter likes to garden and she wants me to help her set up a garden at her new place. But she's not going to be able to grow enough food to be self-sustainable. And that's a worry for me too. Uh, Broke says more kids are finding ways to not have a 9 to 5 jobs. They have so much information to know the food is bad. Right. But what are they doing about it though, bro? As long as the parents and grandparents are still around doing all of this, it's fine. But once those couple of generations die off, what happens to them at that point? Well, they say it's too much work, or I don't want to do this, or this is not me. Well, I mean, what is their attitude about it? We like I've heard about a lot of people in our lives that say they learn from their grandparents. Hey, I bring it every day. Thank you for stopping in. And just like us, we brought up by our grandparents, and some of them walked away saying it was too hard, it was too much. But then as they got older, they started going back to it and found out, hey, there's something to this. And I do at least have an idea on how to plant and where to go and what seeds to get. Double tap the screen or click 3 dots on top. Okay. I've seen, G Mom says, I've seen hydroponic gardens introduced into schools now, so that maybe that will be the way to grow in the future. That's a good one because my grandson, my granddaughter's husband's aunt is a principal in a high school. They got a whole wall of hydroponics, and they actually take the food that they grow it and cook it in the cafeteria. So, in that sense, yes. But how many schools do that? And how widespread is that knowledge given to our future generations? Because what about the kids who are homeschooled? They're not in regular school. So, what are you going to say about them if those parents at home don't teach these children about how to be self sustainable in the future? Where are they learning this information from? Somebody needs to introduce them to them. If they're not curious or and want to know more about it, then at that point in time, that's when you need to really help this child to understand that there's more to life than books and stuff. Uh, what broke say? 18 to 25-year-olds are 10% of people watching my channel. Okay. All right. And I'm just the opposite. I'm finding that more of the people between the ages of 55 and 75 plus are more so on my channel. So, which that means a lot of us have already gone through this phase and know what it's like to grow and self sustain for the majority of us. Like I said, we've been around our grandparents and other generations who did garden, and we did pick up that knowledge if we didn't just keep rolling with it, because some people dropped it and came back to it. So, the 18 to 25-year-olds is a beautiful number, but that still broke is only a drop in the bucket of how many young people are still out here and don't know anything about it. You got a lot of these kids who staying in these poor neighborhoods, who living in these subdivisions and what have you, that's never seen flowers other than in somebody else's yard. It's none in their yard. There's hard concrete. Nobody's growing anything. You don't even see a plant sitting in somebody's sunny window. And these kids might not be introduced to agriculture in the schools. Some schools do have garden programs where they teach kids how to grow stuff. They might even send them home with a plant and tell them you got to nurture it and take care of it and yada, da, 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 da. All right. That kid may or may not pass that grade in regards to caring for that plant. They have some kids that they go out like who is that? Stacy, Hands in the Dirt, where he goes to the school and he helped them build, raised beds or whatever, and teach those kids in regards to agriculture. But how many schools actually do that? You got a lot of schools out here that has the worst lunch programs you ever want to see. The kids aren't eating very nutritional foods. So, as I was saying, we we personally might know a handful of young people who listen and actually want to try and put forth the effort to grow their food, but is it enough for them out here that they will survive once we're gone? I hope that if my granddaughter and her husband upgrade again and move to a bigger house, that they will move to a bigger plot of land to grow food. Because where they're at now, it's the lot is not that big as far as growing, and they got a lot of trees, so they don't get a lot of sun. So I'm trying to strategically put a raised metal bed somewhere where they can grow something, and hopefully that they will hunger for another place with bigger land, with more land as the baby get older, so that they can expand, being a little more self-sufficient. Or if they could find somewhere nearby that have lots that they can, grow food in, like Gina versus Gina got that community lot. So, I mean, there's ways to provide for your family if it's available. What G Mama say? Kids also running from bees cracks me up. Yeah, yeah, because they haven't been educated about them. Hey, Catherine Jackson, how are you? Thank you for stopping in this evening. So, my question to you guys, for the ones who just came in, is: do you think the future generation will continue gardening? Do you think they're going to make it? sometimes we worry about our own kids that don't personally garden, or they just might finally, light bulb come on, and they like, okay, mom and dad's not going to be here forever. I can't always come over and shop in their garden, every year. Maybe I need to step up my egg game and try planting stuff. I mean, I've heard stories of some of us in the garden community where the kids are finally deciding to try for themselves, and they're enjoying it and they're getting good at it. Um, I was listening to, oh wow, my brain just went blank. But anyway, we seen perfect examples. Tina with Jada, watching Jada growing up, following her grandmother's footsteps, and Jody, you know, deciding to grow and enjoying certain vegetables. So if we've seen it, we know it's possible. But what percentage of people out here actually had that type of collaboration and cooperation and wanting to learn more about gardening and enjoying fresh vegetables? What real vegetables taste like, not this hothouse stuff, not this ship from another country from soil we have no idea what's in it, but what you can grow in your backyard and just pluck from an apple from a tree, or a cucumber from a vine, or okra from a stalk. Okay, it's amazing what we can do. Matter of fact, I want to show you something. I have a pepper plant out there that Mike keep telling me I need to go out there and pick. But Mike, it's been raining all day and it was cold. I wasn't about to pick them peppers, okay, outside in the cold. They may or may not get picked before I leave, but savoir faire. But I'm gonna show you what I did do with something I was able to have in my control. Yeah, this is a pepper plant that was a runt in the pot, and I grew it, and look at that. I brought them inside. They were green, and I bought them inside the house, and they need to be picked. Okay. You know how some people say they overwinter their pepper plants and stuff? This is the first time I've ever bought a pepper plant inside that was fruitful, and it's got a few more babies on here. And I'm going to see if I can grow them out too, because these need to come off. Now, when I originally brought them in, it was cold outside and they were green. You see, they ain't turned bright red. I have that plant in the dining room in the window that gets the southern exposure. What Kathleen say? Probably missed a few comments. I have 7 grown children not interested in gardening. See, they tell me that they know they should but won't, and that's scary. I say, oh, Mike, I had to wait till that pot lighten up. It was kind of heavy when it's wet, Yeah, but they not shivering anymore. You see, they didn't came in and they nice and bright. Okay, they happy. Mama brought them in. Now that other one that had the Hungarian peppers on it, yeah, that might be a wrap on that one. But that one, I say that one did a SOS, and Mama heard it, and I brought it in. So, but yeah, but when your kids aren't interested in gardening, because like I said, some don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't want to buy tools. They say it's too expensive. They don't have the time. They don't have the energy. Excuse me. It's cost too much. It's cheaper if I just go to the store and buy this already done. Hey, they can come up with a million one excuses, but when push come to shove, whose door are they knocking on? They not knocking on the next door neighbor. They not knocking on people down the street. They knocking at your door and say, "What you got in your freezer?" I know you got some greens in there or some peppers or something that they know that you have grown and prepped and put aside to get you through whatever time of the year it is, whether it's through the winter or the early part of spring until you get your vegetable garden started over again. And sometimes they don't even know that you got it started on the inside already. You might start your seedlings already, but you might also have hydroponics and you might be growing all year round. But as I said, what is our future generations of children? How are they going to survive? You worry about not just your own children, but your nieces and nephews, if you got brothers and sisters. Um, you understand some people have health issues, but we also done seen people in our lives that it has had heart surgery. They're in wheelchairs. They're partially disabled. They are have autism. Seniors. We have a couple of teenagers. Look at the chicken. He started out, he's into chickens. And I mean, that boy knows everything there is about chickens. Tell you the breeds, he can tell you their habits, he can tell you the whole 9 yards. I saw he got 2 new videos out now. He's been in our community on and off since he's been a very young teenager, and he's growing up and he's getting really good at chickens. And I've noticed there's been a couple of other young people that's been coming in our chats as well, listening and letting us know they're between the ages of 19 and 24 that are interested in the garden community, interested in producing their own foods. I've had a couple of parents that sent me emails saying how their teenagers are are getting interested in growing. But still, that's just a handful of people. There's a lot of people in this world, okay? And I'm not just talking about in United States. I'm talking about all over the world cuz some countries have the climate where they can truly grow all year round. They don't get winter. They don't get cold weather. Sometimes their temperatures don't drop below 75 degrees and they can grow all year long. I enjoy watching Miss Linda Tina talk about her garden. I like to see David talk about his and Cece. I mean, it's just certain zones that have the privilege of having weather conducive of growing all the time. Whereas here, like we've been talking about snow and ice and cold, and we have limitations, but we do the best during the time that we have available to try to grow and freeze dry or freeze or put us in a dehydrator or whatever it takes to preserve to get us through the winter months and like I said the spring months until we can put food back outside again and hopefully we can grow more next year than we did the year before. I remember a lot of people talked about in 23 that they wanted to double uh, what they would grow in 24. But after listening to how they had horrific heat, extreme heat in some states where they just couldn't do it, some people just shut down or the plant shut down. Like right now, everybody's peppers. I was watching who's that? Um Harvey Container Gardener. I was watching her take all her pepper harvest. She said it when it was hot, everything slowed down. All right, because they couldn't handle that extreme heat. Once it started getting cooler, bam, her pepper plants just went bananas. Mine did too. I still got a bunch of cayenne peppers, and I even have a few blossoms on it. And it's been hitting below 30 degrees for at least the last 3, 4 days. So I was surprised to see that blossom still hanging in there, and I got a few that turn red, and I got quite a few on there that's still green. I checked under my frost cover on my green stock, and a few of the plants was a little droopy because yeah, it got extreme cold, but they were still hanging in there. And so I watered everything. I was like, well, it might be a little thirsty too. That helps with the extreme cold. So it does make a difference in regards to what you do. Yeah, air dry. Oh, I did that too. I got some herbs in the dining room right now, some sage and stuff I forgot, and they just dried. They just as dry as they can be. I could take it and do it like that and actually make a powder. That's how dry they are. Put the other peppers in a jar with vinegar. Oh, I got so many of those already, Mike. uh, I want to cut those up. I want to take them off and put them in my dehydrator so I can make some powder because I do love the taste of peppers in my food. And I even put some herbs and stuff in brown paper bags. That's the way we used to do it growing up before we even knew what a dehydrator was. Okay, we just put them in a brown paper bag and forget about them and come back later on and crush them up and use it and keep it moving. Put it in a jar, call it a day. I mean, old school has its benefits as well as a new technology. Uh, Catherine said, not interested in raising chickens either. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Mike. I've seen them where I used to make pesto with pine nuts, yeah, and basil, and I would pour it into ice trays and make little blocks of pesto. So if I made, pasta or something like that, I could just take out a few cubes and melt them down and eat them. Oh yeah, I know about that too. Somebody saying hi to pretty girl. I see it. Hey, pretty girl. How are you? I just love saying that. Because of eating junk daily. Yeah, yeah, they do. They eat junk all day long. And I can't complain too much because I've been sitting here eating almond joy. My mom, I fell in love with almond joys because of my mom. I come from a large family and I'm the oldest girl. And when the kids went to sleep, my mom would pull out an almond joy because the rest of them didn't like coconut. And she would take one and I would have the other one. And that would be our bonding time. And yeah. But yeah, I like my junk too. But I do like to eat healthy. I do. Thank you, pretty girl. They love fast food. Oh yeah. These kids, yeah, when you see them fast food lines, it's just ridiculous. Ooh, Kathleen said 14 grandchildren on the way to destruction from health issues. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have problems with hardening the arteries, all this fried food and fats and stuff. Yeah. The grease and oil. Yeah. And all the additives that goes right along with it. I don't eat junk daily. That's just every now and then I get cravings for something sweet. Because sometimes I can eat half of that almond joy, don't even want the other half. I'm not a big junk food eater. I like food. Okay. I like something that's gonna stick to my ribs for a while. I don't want to eat, burp, and then I'm hungry again. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, eat Chinese half an hour, you're hungry again. No, I would when my grandkids was growing up. Let me tell you how well I had them trained. I gave them a choice. I said fast food or the supermarket. You know what they said? Supermarket. Let's go pick out some food, fresh veggies and stuff, and come home and we would go together in the kitchen and cook something. And I love that. It wasn't about trying to go through McDonald's or Burger King or whatever like that. Mm-mm. We'd rather go get some ground round and come home, cut up our own onions and get our cheese and a couple of eggs, make our own burgers, cut up some potatoes, make our own fries. We would rather do it from scratch at home than going through the fast foods because at least I know what I'm cooking in and the ingredients I'm adding into what I make. Yeah. So yeah. Uh Yummy powder. Yeah, pepper powder. Kathleen said, my peppers finally started growing in the fall because the mid spring and summer temperatures were under 100 with heat in it. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people's peppers took off once it cooled down. Plants will shut down to conserve energy and water until they can put the energy back into the plant. Just like my hydrangea flowers, people used to say they're wilting. No, they're not. They're not wilting. They're trying to conserve energy and water until it gets cool. Once it cools, they perk right back up. Plants know what to do. They either slow down or shut down until the temperatures become feasible. And if it's gone too long, extreme lengths of time, then they will start dying out. You know. Hey, so blessed. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Glad to see you. I appreciate you stopping by on this evening. I know a lot of people still have family and friends at the house, and they enjoying them. Y'all kind of sneak away to do that. And they know you in the YouTube gang. Big Rooster, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. And I just want to let you guys know that I don't celebrate any holidays. So if I don't say Merry Christmas back to you or Happy New Year or Happy Thanksgiving, it's not that I'm trying to be disrespectful. I just don't indulge. So thank you though for the shout outs and the blessings. I appreciate it though. Good evening, Shay. Hey, Kenneth Wilkinson, how are you? Thank you for stopping in this evening. You say I love Almond Joys. Yeah, they go, hey, bye you sugar. What's up? I was watching you early with y'all making banana pudding. My grandmother, man, let me tell you, my grandmother used to get mad at us because we'd be sitting there trying to eat up all her vanilla wafers. She'd be like, y'all leave me some for the banana pudding. We'd be standing there watching her cutting up them bananas and lining up around the side of the pans and stuff and making her custard from scratch. It wasn't nothing like grandma's cooking. Ooh, yes, indeedy. Granny just, I miss them days. Sitting in the kitchen with grandma, and every time she turn around, I stick my finger in there and taste it. then she'll casually say with her back to me how it tastes. How you know I stuck my finger in there? They know. They do. Country Hustle 101. Thank you this evening for all the new ones that just popped up. My question to you guys, do you think the future generations will continue gardening as we are right now? Catherine says, I love sugar, but have learned to mentally hate it the best I can. Yeah. Hubby loves sugar and won't stop buying sweets for himself in grands. Sometimes I fall short. Yeah. Yeah. We all do. Yeah. So thank you, Catherine Jackson. Oh, saying hi to Renaissance Grandma. Renaissance Grandma, I had to learn how to say that. When I seen MRG, I said, who is Mr. G? And then I started seeing the periods in between. I was like, who is MRG? I said, my Renaissance grandma. Duh. Yeah. I had to laugh at myself. I was like, all right, you're getting old. Yeah. So all right, let me hear some more opinions about, do you think the future generation is going to continue gardening? I know some people say yes, some people say no, some people say maybe. How can we encourage our future generations the seriousness of what's going on in these stores? Like we hear the recalls from what's it, listeria in the lettuce, uh, botulism in certain items. How can we let these kids know that this stuff is real and that they need to get on that bandwagon? That's my art. Thank you for stopping in. Say no, I think that's a lot of them don't care or too lazy. Yeah. Pretty girl says, oh, that was Tampa making it. Okay. Oh, all right. That was just you highlight that Tampa was making it. All right. I saw Tampa with all her food out there too. Pretty girl guys, I've been showing my grands how to garden. They want to plant seeds from everything, and I let them. good. At least they have a curiosity, and they want to try it out for themselves to see what they can grow. And the most exciting thing to me, even at my age now, that when I see a plant where the seed is popping up through the soil and it's growing, I get so excited. I'm just like, yes, all right, I'm gonna have either some cucumbers or I'm gonna have some squash. I'm gonna have something. And if something comes along and eat it, I'm gonna drop some more seeds. And I'm gonna just keep at it, and hopefully until I can get to what I'm trying to achieve as far as fruit and vegetables. Like right now, my meatwalk kumquat is in the basement under grow lights, right next to my Meyer lemons, and they all got fruit on them. I can't wait to taste my first Meyer lemon and Miwok kumquat. And I mean, I got a Miwok kumquat about this big. I mean, I'm over the moon with that bad boy. It hasn't fallen off. And I brought in 5-gallon buckets of water in the basement of all the rainwater and snow water that's melted. And it's got some super juice in it. And I dropped a couple of, I had a couple of, what was that? Banana water for the potassium, and everything seems to be happy. And I'm just hoping, like, oh, when I come back, I have something I can eat. I can't wait. Catherine says, my mom made us stir the custard for banana pudding and ice cream. Hands will be burning, but better not stop stirring. Girl, I can take you back even further. We had the old fashioned ice cream machine where you put rock salt and ice, and you had to crank that bad boy. You felt like Popeye until the next kid's turn. You had to crank that bad boy for a while. And my grandmother had that old fashioned butter churn where you had to stomp and beat. It's just, oh, You're I wish that's all we had was stirring. I'd have been happy as a pig and poo. No, no, no. That ice cream crank, man, you be like Mike Tyson. You can knock somebody out by the time you got through cranking up that ice cream. Captain said, I'm scared to talk to young adults because they can become offensive. True that. I feel that if I can't convince my own kids, I need to be wary about trying to teach others. Well, that's a fact. That's something honestly to think about. Be it and still, if even if they don't want to listen, we need to let them know that you can do it. It's possible. You see me doing it. It's possible. You have eaten the food from my garden or fruits or berries. You know, my grandkids have eaten the peaches I've grown on the tree. Um, the figs I've grown on the bush. Apples they can pluck off the tree. Blueberries they didn't pulled off the bush. So they know what real food should taste like. They also know that it's amazing. And they was like, I never tasted anything like this. The ones I get at the store don't taste like this. And they never will. You know, and there's a few open air markets and farmer markets that I attend, and I like their produce because it's authentic. It's not supermarket. I actually visit the farms where they grow it at. So I know how authentic and organic it is. Excuse me. And it's doing fine. I bought a little fruit tree from one of them, and the guy's name is Adam. I said, "Oh, that fits." I was like, "You growing your own veggies and stuff, Adam and Eve, you know." And I got a fruit tree from him. And when I bought it, it was like this. Well, it's like this now. And I'm tickled pink about it. So it's possible that even in the state of Ohio in 6B with our snow, cold, and ice, that you can grow citrus. You just have to have the right setup for it and be consistent in making sure things are watered and fertilized. Catherine says, that's the one I'm talking about, the rock salt with the next step after the custard. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I hear you. Cece saying hi. Okay. So, yeah, it just amazes me in regards to what our young people consider important. A lot of them figure that technology is gonna take them to the place where they might be on skateboards that float in the air and they could fly instead of driving and all this other stuff. But they never thought in regards to how they're gonna eat. Um, Other industries that are paying attention to the growing garden community keeps coming out with all this new technology and equipment like the solar panels and stuff. Solar panels never was this big in us and what they call generators and what have you. They had always the big generation generators with the gas and what have you. That was normally just to keep the lights on in the house and keep your refrigerator going. Now they have become a lot more sophisticated in regards to the mini generators to for your car, for your RV or what have you, a campsite and what have you, as far as a backup, what they call it preppers. So yeah. My granddaughter just turned 4 and she is already gardening. She loves raw vegetables. Like Country Hustle, I took strawberries to my great granddaughter. My granddaughter bought some strawberries and we put them down side by side to see which one she would eat. She took my granddaughter's strawberries and threw them off the table and grabbed and ate every last one of the ones I bought from my garden. She knew the difference and she's not even 2 years old yet. She looked at me and smiled like, "Grand, this is all you bought? You can bring some more," you know. And I was like, "Oh, Nana got you next year. I'm gonna hook you up on the strawberries because I got a serious strawberry patch in the backyard." Uh, I'm trying to catch up and on the chat for the ones I missed and the ones I need to see. Uh, yeah, these young folks are a little scary out here. They are. Uh, oh, it's saying hi. That was, oh, yeah, Tampa making that. All right. I've been showing how to garden. Okay. Either got behind or got ahead. I'm trying to learn how to work this, y'all. This is the restream. I'm still learning how to work this. Thank you so much, Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner. You are such an inspiration for what you do. Thank you. Um, I'm just relaying to you guys what I've grown up on and what I know for a fact has happened, can happen, should happen, and hope it will happen in the near future in regards to how our future generations is going to exist. We've already gotten bitten by the gardening fever. We know what we want to try new. We know what works. We know how to share among one another, whether it's seeds or plants or advice. We send equipment to one another where it's gifted boots or gloves or some type of gardening tools or whatever. We have gotten to the stage that we know that if we don't prep, we're not going to make it much longer, future generations. You know, I had my granddaughter come over here and she said, "Graham, you got a lot of food in the house." Graham's on a fixed budget. Graham gets what she can when she can because by us living in Northeast Ohio, we have overnight storms and blizzards and stuff, so you never know what's going to happen when. And I don't have a car. So this way, if I can't do anything else, I can eat and sleep. Okay. I got backup on candles for lighting. I do have a little small generator, nothing big, but I can kind of keep my phone charged for a minute if I need to contact someone. I have my own little personal preps. I've been born and raised in Ohio, so I know how to survive come wintertime, come storms, or what have you. So, what I'm trying to do is teach her the same thing. She thinks, that she can get to me if something should happen. No, what if you can't? You can't even help me. So, I have to help myself. And so I'm trying to teach her that if she can't leave, how will she and her husband and her child survive? And they got a dog. They got a pet too. And Sophie's a big dog. And Sophie don't eat, that little small scoop bowl. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to teach them as well. Whoa. My chat just took off, scared me. Will carrots grow in the cold? Not here. I've had grown carrots where the snow grew on top, and the snow actually insulated my carrots. And when I took the snow off, I had fresh, sweet carrots. So once you get them started, you know that's one thing. Afterwards, I can't tell you for sure. Do I see Bama? Hey, yeah, the chat just took off. Yeah, yeah, she is smart. She she really smart. She knows the difference. I'm scared to touch it. Every time I do it, just take off. Bam is saying hello, everybody. I'm trying to catch up on comments I missed. 3D food may be the new generation. Yeah, I've seen that too. And that's scary too. Just like who is that? Hmm, brain just went blank. It'll come back to me. But anyway, they said that we should buy meat that have bones in it, and to make sure that we're getting real meat and not this lab stuff, clone clone meat and what have you. Uh, yeah, because you'll say, yeah, and she's already gardening. She loves her. Yeah, my grandbaby loves them too. She just, she it's funny when my great grandbaby see me come over, she comes over to me. She does this because I'm always slipping or something. Like my mom's not gonna give me that. She won't even buy it and have it in the house. And it's funny, her husband, if I bring some over to the house sweet, I found out he had a sweet tooth. One day, my granddaughter and I was in the kitchen fixing coffee, and he came in the kitchen. He saw some sweet on the table. He opened it up. It was coffee cake, and he cut him a piece and took it and went upstairs. And my granddaughter and I, we both looked at each other and looked back and started laughing. He didn't say hello, good morning. He just saw something sweet, and she said he has a sweet tooth. I said, well, now I know. It was funny. Oh, yeah. So I tell them, I was like, you need to eat more veggies. You do. And she loves when I grew collard greens, I bought collard greens to the house. I showed her how to cook them. Now I cook it old fashioned way. Cook your meat down and throw your greens in it and do it. She what they call them hot pots or quick pots or whatever. And she cooked them down in that one. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'm just really old school compared to these kids out here now. It's scary. These kids got out here now, what they consider cooking. And what is the other one? Air fryer. Now I use the air fryer at our house in a heartbeat. I got one here. Don't use it at all. I just like simmering and cooking stuff the old fashioned way. Oh no, broke say I'm back from fixing the plate. What's this broke plate number what? 99? You gonna eat until you can't eat no more. I understand. Yeah. The bug got us. Oh, ouch. Bro, Miss Shirley had a good giveaway. You missed it. Oh, CC, you funny. Guava. You didn't see Rogue's video? He did a short on the food that he had today, and I saw them collars all cut up and sitting in the pans. I was watching uh y'all doing y'all little shorts on the stuff y'all didn't cook. The only way you're gonna grow carrots in this cold is inside the house. You can't grow them outside, not unless you in zone, I guess 7B and up. Who's that? I thought, who is that? Oh man, what is my brain on blank today? It's on low. Nikki. I thought Nikki was in 6B, and I seen her video. And she said 7B, and I was like, oh, that's why she's still growing this, that, and the third. Hey, Tamika Davis, how are you? What do you say? I want to taste that lab meat. Yeah, pause. You got that right. I don't think so, bro. You might get the Hershey squirts and everything else. You never know what you end up with like that. You might end up growing a fourth leg. And I don't think you want that. That's right, Bammit. Old fashioned greens. For first time growing carrots from seed, just now sprouting. Just hoping, I guess. What zone are you in, Country Hustle? Because you might be able to get away with, growing your carrots in the cold. I put it like this. What do you consider cold? All right. Like some people said they're 52 degrees. 52 degrees here in Ohio is a heat wave at this time of the year. 52 in the summer is cold. 52 in the winter is a heat wave. And my girlfriend and I was laughing about that how that sounds ironic, but it's the truth. 52 in the spring is cold. 52 in the winter is a heat wave because we have got adjusted to cold weather at this time of the year. So let us know your grow zone and what your temperature is, and you just might have something to go on. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I like this one. Tell her, Catherine. Those seedless fruits may make you seedless too. Brooke said, plate number 4. Lord have mercy. That's the only thing good about the holidays. You can just eat till you can't eat no more. Official Jamia, thank you for stopping in. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dang, bro. That's my art saying, dang, bro. Slow down. That's how he's saying it too. I can already hear him looking at it like, dang, bro. Slow down. Oh Lord. And Kathleen, listen to his reply. I'm definitely seedless. Yeah, okay. Y'all silly. He said I made cornbread in the air fryer today. Turned out beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I heard you can do everything in that air fryer. They said you can even freeze not freeze dry, but air fry herbs in your air fryer. They got a setting for that. I saw that on my granddaughter. I said, what? No one's the deep, long lasting effects. No one knows yeah, 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 true that. Hey, the glamour planner, where you been, girl? I ain't seen you. I haven't seen you. You've been MIA. I haven't seen you in the chats and stuff. I hope you're okay. I know a lot of folks' work schedules changed. It's just been rough. Don't tell me that, Country Hustle. I may try that. Yeah, cornbread in the air fryer. You know that in our community, somebody has tried something that we haven't, and when they speak on it, everybody want to try it. And that's what I love about it. Like someone said, so and so's having a seed sale, and I can see people in the chat, they get quiet. And they was like, oh, and they'll come back about 3 minutes later. I just ordered $100 worth of seeds. I'm just like, wow. And then before the chat is over, it's like, oh, I tried to go in there and buy and they all sold out. I'm just like, wow. Oh, the people in our community are just awesome. Y'all are hilarious at the same time. Because it seems like when someone says a sale, it's just like a dog, your ears go bling. Like where? Who? How much? How long is the sale? When does the sale start? When does the sale end? How much is it a pack? I mean, they got a run list of all the kind of questions. And like before the chat is over, they're sold out. I've seen that happen in so many chats where like if why can't I think of his name? I'm just going crazy tonight. I hate this. I'm having brain farts like you wouldn't believe. Gavin said, keep straw or mulch over them country hoes. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. On his carrots, maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you let us know what grow zone he's in or what have you. Bro, so it's my hubby. After I got pregnant with number 7, he ran to the seedless. through this. Hey, my aunt got 16 kids, all right? She just passed last year and she had something like close to, I don't know, 90 grandkids and great grands or whatever, because each one of her kids had anywhere from 4 to 5 children apiece, and that adds up real quick. They had to have a program. They had about 3, 4 pages just to list all the kids. All right, Country Hustle said he's in AB Dallas area. Oh yeah, AB, come on, yeah. Y'all don't have cold like we had cold. All right, all right. I'm looking at a forecast at the bottom of my computer. It says 2 inches of snow Friday, and you worried about a little cold for your carrots? Stop. Mike said carrots can grow 40 degrees and up. Yeah, yeah. I'm in 7B and still have strawberries and tomatoes galore. See, that's what I'm talking about. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at you. Get what you can. Let it grow. Let it grow. A lot of people saying all of a sudden their season seemed to be extended since the heat. Most people were complaining about they weren't getting enough rain, so they had to supplement it. So now that it's cooled off, your soil don't dry out as fast once you rain or once God's rain hits it. And it's just something about God's rain that seem to make stuff just grow out, just go bananas. Uh-oh, my chat jumped again. Won't get warmer than 22 until next Wednesday, low as 7. Yeah, but you at what? Minnesota? Yeah. It's like, okay, Glamour has late night lives. No, I'm learning to sleep at night now. Before I retired, I worked nights for 10 years, and it took me a long time to learn to sleep at night. I could sleep during the day, but I would be up all night because I worked the night shift. Excuse me. Every now and then I'll get what they call it, insomnia, and I'll be up all night, but I don't want to watch TV. I'll try to read or pick or pink, mm, tinker around the house to try to tire myself out so I can lay back down and go back to sleep. You need to move to Alaska, Mike. Yeah, GT, but we'll get them together. GT will get them together. Look here. I ran that thing on 3 1/4 for about 18 minutes and topped it with a little butter. Look at him. He telling you how to do it in his air fryer. Okay. On 3 1/4 for about 18 minutes. 18 minutes is not long at all. Then topped it with a little butter. Okay. I know. Yes, I am well, miss. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate that. Mike say yes, Bama sometimes is warmer in Alaska than he is there. Yeah. What you say, CC? Yeah. We are seed addicts. It's funny when the seeds come out in the spring, we see so many videos of people blowing their budgets on seeds. I mean, sometimes you can just be out and about and it just so happen to go in the store and you see seeds, you'll be walking past your cart and then you're just like, "Er," and you go beep, 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 beep. And you be like, say what? What they got? And you park your car. Next thing you know, you in all these seeds. I'm talking about, and Mike know what I'm talking about. Don't don't let some of these stores have these seeds on sale. Early. We'll clean a shelf. I dry my cayenne peppers in the air fryer. Ooh. Now, do you have problems with the oils and the smell of the cayenne peppers? Because I know that can get pretty loud. It can run you out the house. Maybe she's in the kitchen baking a cake. Oh, you talking about Fran? Bam. Oh, yeah, because I know a lot of people say they have a hard time when they, drying peppers and stuff that it'll run you out the house. Going to be 23 degrees tomorrow night. In Georgia, bro? What? All right, my computer now just said 38 degrees, light rain slash snow. So that means the temperature's dropping. Yeah. Catherine said, my grandmother's on my dad's side had about 16 kids with two sets of twins, and three of the non twins had twins. And that's funny. None of my cousins had twins. Or did they? Nah. My aunt had one set of twins, and the rest of them was all singles. It was so funny. She had so many kids that when she went to see the OB doctor, he told her she had high blood pressure. And he said that if she didn't stop having these kids, your blood pressure normally goes through the roof once you're pregnant, it'd kill her. Well, needless to say, she had to get a new OB. He died. She's still having babies. She ain't dead. At the time, she hadn't died yet. So she just died like just last year, really. And she was up in her 80s. So they don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where broke in your part of Georgia? Yeah, because I never heard it get that cold. Going to be 23 degrees tomorrow in Georgia. And we watched you put all that stuff in the greenhouse. Not 23, but 20. What's the difference? 3 degrees. Really, bro? You had to say that? Come on. Damn it, with Arthur said, I ain't buying no seeds. Please send me all you can spare. I understand. Uh, Send me your address. I'll send you some. My smell has been right since 2020. Did you have COVID? Because I know a lot of people lost their sense of smell and some people lost their sense of taste because they caught COVID. I had a friend that caught it twice. No, I don't want to chat. I hit that chat button again. All right. I learned how to get out of it. Okay. I hit the help button again. Didn't mean to do that. I ain't buying no seeds. Please send me. Oh, you can. Yeah, I'll send you some. Just send me your address. I like you, Mr. Bama. I don't plan on buying any more seeds. But you know what? It's hard. It's hard to walk into a store, especially if they got a garden department where you go and you just check it out. You might not have the intention of buying seeds, but you'll just see something that'll catch your eye like, ooh, what's that? Okay, that's different. All right. They got a different kind of uh cauliflower or broccoli that you never heard of, or seen anybody mentioning any of their lives and stuff. And you'd be like, hmm, okay, I like cauliflower. I like broccoli. Let me try this. So hey, that's my RSS. I'm in Georgia and it's going to be 28 degrees in Georgia. Wow. Okay. That's blowing my mind. See, I can say if someone said that in Ohio, you'd be like, shy. Okay. That's just normal for us. But for Georgia, a southern state, we didn't think it ever got cold down there. That's cold enough to snow for sure. Uh, wow. That's blowing my mind. I never known Georgia to get that cold. Yeah, well, broke is good that you took all your citrus and stuff and put it in the greenhouse. Cause that's definitely cold, cold. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, you know it. It's just in our DNA as gardeners. If you are a true gardener or even a beginning gardener, if you want to get your toes tickled and make your day, catch a good sale. And you got them few extra dollars of change in your pocket where you can just really bust a move. Yeah. All right. Broke is asking if what is this? Bush delicata squash, not the vine. Okay. Y'all hear that? Broke's asking. Catherine says it's really hard to resist buying seeds, but nowadays we need to be wary because there's a lot of them that are fake. Yeah, yeah, and some of them say they're not GMO, and then sometimes they lied about that. All right. Brooke said it's normal. We get to about 18 degrees once or twice. Okay. I now see I didn't know that. Even though my piece from Georgia, I don't normally keep up with Georgia's temperatures. So to hear that is still amazing to me. I didn't think it ever got that cold in Georgia, but I'm glad to know. See, I just got educated today. Catherine said, okay, she tried growing the bush variety and they didn't grow. Uh, Brooke, have you tried some of these seed companies like Botanical Interests or whatever, Berkey's or whatever, to see if they might have that particular variety? I know you're asking if anybody in the chat might have that, but I haven't heard anybody say anything about the delicata that wasn't a vine. I've never heard someone ask about a bush variety because those vines can take over everything. I mean, plants that are vining, if you don't have them on a trellis or have them in the area of your yard that you don't mind them taking over, they will just run you out your yard. You know, just like you have to dedicate an area that you want to grow watermelon so you don't be stepping over in it. Let them vines run wherever. And if you have viney plants in the middle of your regular garden, you got to have trellises for that stuff to go because otherwise they will just take over everything. That's why the Indians had that three sister setup where stuff could vine up the corn stalks or whatever. Because one would keep the soil cool, one would get off the ground, make it easy to harvest, and what have you. So, yeah, got this. The vine ones grow, but are susceptible to the vine borer. I don't think there's a squash out here that's not susceptible to the vine borer. They seem to be getting into everything. Oh, Brooke said, I checked a few, but they were sold out. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I try to get bush variety too, like on my cucumbers and squash, but it wasn't the delicata though. I had what was that? Next squash, the green zucchini, butternut. That butternut get huge. So you definitely gotta have a strong trellis for them because when they get heavy, they will weigh your plant down. Three sisters were great. Yeah, that's why they did it. They were conserving space and still growing plenty of food, able to harvest, uh, kept the ground cool, kept the weeds down, and it was prolific, in regards to their crops because they knew how to treat the soil and keep it going, the nutrients for all three because you got three different plants growing in the same area. All of them got different nutritional value, but they had a way of growing that everything grew well and they ate well and the soil was not damaged and they knew how to revitalize the soil to keep doing that season after season. So it was something to what the Indians, knew about nature and how to do that. So, does anybody else have any opinions in regards to, do you think the future generations will continue gardening in your own personal family, not just outside, because we have no control over other people's thoughts and children, but hopefully within our own families that they have been around us long enough to want to grow um, and be self sustainable in regards to future endeavors in the yard and in their garden and be able to take care of themselves. Supposedly, spaghetti and butternut squash bugs resistant. Don't know if I trust it though. I never had problems with them with my butternut. I never grown spaghetti squash. I have bought spaghetti squash, but I've never grown it. So I don't know whether or not the vine borer likes that one. But I've grown butternut squash, a lot of it, and I didn't have problems with vine borers, but I did with my zucchini and yellow crookneck squash. Catherine said they are delicious if you have the space. The fact that they vine will hopefully get you a few squash. I got 5, even though most others. All right. Oh, they died. Okay, I see where you went down and did that. Okay. I like how you split that. Okay. Others died. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you can. And I watched a lot of them this year do what they call surgery on their vines. They actually had tweezers. They saw, that little brown, that little hole in where it was dying around the hole. And they took tweezers and went down in there. Some of them split the vine and found the boar, the larvae, and pulled it out. Some people wrapped it with tape. Some people pushed it in the ground and put soil over it, hoping that roots would grow on that part. Once it healed, it would grow because they had fruit on the vine and they were trying to save it. So I've seen, videos where people were actually trying to save certain veggies. Some of them made it, some of them did reroot, and they were able to let their plants grow to flourishing, and then others it was a wrap, how they just shrivel up and call it a day. So yeah. I said I was only going to be on here an hour. It's been an hour and 15 minutes, 16. So I'll stay on to 8:30 and let you people complete your day. Because I got to say, yes, I did surgery. Bama says, I feel that my children and grands will. They really are into it now. Mostly containers, but they are in it. Yeah, I saw your son helping out a lot with you in the yard. So he has instructions on the proper way of doing it. And I think he really enjoyed you guys working together in the garden as a pair. And I know you enjoyed it, Bamit, because you did enough videos with you and your son working together in the yard. Um, I'm trying to get my granddaughter to come over a little more often with the baby before the heat comes to work in the garden a little bit with me. And since I got all these grow bags that I got with my first check for being monetized, I got 5 10-gallon grow bags. Don't ask me why I got 10-gallon. I guess because I do garden in 5-gallon buckets and what have you, and I do get a decent crop from them. But I figure if I get a 10-gallon, I might be able to put maybe a few more things or specialty in some of them. Like one, I would like to do just carrots. One, I might like to do just onions. One, I might like to do just peas or beans or something, or put a trellis in it and grow cucumbers. Um, I don't know. These are some of the ideas that's going through my head. How they going to pan out at the end? Eh, that's a different story. I won't know until I get out there and start rearranging my yard. Got to say I'm a nurse. Did you put the gloves on and say clear? Yeah. So, what I'm trying to do is teach my neighborhood kids. We don't have a whole lot of kids around here, which is a blessing in itself. But we do have some young folks and a few teenagers. They see me sometimes working in my garden. Lady, what are you doing? Or what are you growing? And I tell them, come on over here and see. So I try to, get them interested in doing stuff. Like I gave a tomato to one young man, and he was like, "Oh, this is so good." He said, "I didn't know tomatoes grew on a plant." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Well, where did you think tomatoes came from?" He said, "The supermarket." I went, "Wow." I didn't say that out loud. I was saying that in my head. I was like, "Whoa, okay." Uh, Send me a little something, something. Damn it. Uh, Georgia candy roaster squash is delicious and grows the same. Yeah, I heard about that. I would like to try that next year myself. Everybody keeps saying that candy roaster is awesome. I like spaghetti squash though. I found out that we have a neighborhood not far from here called Little Italy. It's all Italians, hence the title of Italy, and they make their own tomato sauce. So I have spaghetti squash that I want to try, and I want to use a tomato sauce from them and see how that works out. I'm looking forward to that. That's my heart. You same way, like, wow. Okay. Had to wet the whistle. You get to talking after a while. Your lips start getting chapped and get the foaming at the mouth. It's just something about when you talk for extended periods of time, you get the dry mouth. I'll drink a ton of water afterwards, which I know is going to keep me up all night, but I'm like, one more day here and then I'm out. I grew the candy roaster. It was delicious. Okay, so I thought he did. I thought he grew the candy roaster. I was watching all the greens he got growing. Broke, you see all my chips I got? I got a chip drop. And I told him, I said, is that all y'all gonna send me? I need a lot more chips than that. And actually, that's not a huge drop. Actually, it's a drop on top of a drop. It looks big, but it's not that big. And I want to do my backyard like Asia did from the yellow door. I want to be able to be walking on chips that there's no weeds, my feet stay dry, no mud, no dirt. That's where I want to work at. I want to add, I want to put my peach tree, pear tree, cherry tree, and plum tree in the ground next year for sure. And then have chips around it to help keep the weeds down, help keep the moisture in, and keep it moving. I grew it in 23, 24. Bugs killed all my squash. Sorry about that, Mike. I feel that maybe 2 out of 3 of my grandchildren may be open to living for the future. Most kids today only live for today. Exactly. And like I said, a lot of them don't believe in gardening, they believe in technology. And so I can see them trying to drop a seed in some type of solution that they have made and putting it on a timer, time lapse growing, or whatever, to see it grow from seed to break the shell to growing into the plant, the first true leaves, and the whole 9 yards from a technological standpoint. I can't see them out there like right now, the big craze going around with the metal beds and putting sticks and leaves and stuff in the bottom of it, and to help fill them up, and then putting your soil on top and then planting whatever, and keeping this process going until the whole bed is totally all organic, because all the leaves and sticks that's underneath has broken down over the years slowly and feeding back into the soil. And it also encourages earthworms to go in there to help with aeration and worm castings. And all of this is a natural ecosystem setup. So I'm waiting to see if any of that happens. But I still got lots in the freezer. So yeah, I'm just it blows my mind sometimes to think about our future generations, if they're going to make it, because they can only depend on us but for so long and for so far. Like I said, I'm getting older, and in a minute my gardening will be simplified. Won't be able to grow all the stuff that I would like to due to old age and health reasons, but I'm gonna grow as much for however long that I can. Because finding someone to help you in a garden is hard. These young people don't want to. They said this is hard work. Who told you it was easy? You know, like with my back, I would love to shovel my own chips and spread them out. I can't do that. I need people with strong backs. I got plenty of shovels and stuff and wheelbarrows and stuff to help you take it and put it where I want it to go. But to get out there now and do it myself, I got to have total knee replacement in January. I can't do that. And to find someone legitimately to help you on a regular basis, these people don't want to do that. They say that's too much work. That's hard. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. Hey, Urban, how are you? Thank you so much. They all want to hear, but don't want to work. Yeah, yeah, they'll take your money if you want to offer it, but you're not gonna get your money's worth. So I tell them you don't get paid until you give me my money's worth. And they get paid. They don't want to come back because they found out that it's a lot harder than they thought it was. The same for the last 10 to 15 years is live each day like it's your last. That's why they post everything because they don't expect to be here tomorrow. Yeah. And like even in the Bible, they they used to say eat, drink, and be merry because tomorrow you may die because they had no hope. I know what you meant, Urban. They don't have hope. They don't see that the future like we see it. They go only on 24-hour period, you know. And it's scary and it's sad at the same time. Just like everybody likes getting chickens. Some people want chickens like broke want chickens, but a lot of people want bees. Uh, don't have the room for bees or the capacity uh, or time to really do bees. But there's a lot of things that we want and like because we know it benefits not us but our families as well in the long run. Like they said, we can't always take care of everybody, but a handful of folks we can. And we try to make sure that they have what they need after you take care of your own self and personal household. You know, isn't that right, bro? Bro. Ah, yeah. So it's almost 8:30. I got 3 more minutes. I just want to say for the ones who stopped in this evening, some folks have slid out already. I thank you guys for tuning in on me tonight. I appreciate you so much. And this is Miss Shirley, OG Gardner, in Zone 6B. I said good night, Mike. Good night, Urban. Good night. Broke. You so silly. You just good night, Catherine. Oh, oh, we have so many people in here tonight that I'm thankful for that y'all took the time, whether you're in here or not. Bayou, Bamit, that's my art. All you good people who came in this evening out of your day to take time to come in and say hello to me and enjoy your country hustle, backyard, one-on-one, backyard flow. All you good people, I'm glad you ate and enjoyed your food. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Get the Pepto Bismol and the Alka Seltzer out. Bro, cold beer. I'm gonna sit back, enjoy, go back through my suitcase again because I there's an outfit I can't find and I got to look for it because tomorrow is the last day. But I got this one shirt I got to show y'all. Mom, grandma, great grandma, I just keep getting better. Ah, I love this shirt. And can't wait to sport it. Woo! So I always say, enjoy your day. Hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. As I always say, enjoy your day and y'all come back now. Oh, next Thursday, if I'll drop some kind of way a link in my community page whether or not I'm having a live next Thursday, but you will be seeing pictures. And I just want to say enjoy your day and y'all come back now. You hear?